it just really changed my perspective on the entire issue because I just knew more. 5 years ago, my husband and I had to terminate our first pregnancy for a daughter we desperately wanted due to fetal abnormalities and chromosomal issues. And we had to go to Colorado and have an induced labor and delivery where we got a birth and a death certificate for our daughter. I didn't have the mental bandwidth in that time of crisis to realize the legal ramifications, especially with all the bans going into place in the coming years and things, that this really was an abortion, and that if this had happened to us even a couple years later, we would have been facing additional challenges in even getting that care. I grew up Catholic and in a pretty conservative state, ranching family. So I saw abortion in two different ways. I grew up with abortion is totally recognized in rape, incest, and danger to the mother, and I got that. I never thought about it deeper than that. I never considered a situation like mine where there was an issue with a baby. I always just thought if there's a pregnancy and it makes it to term, it's a healthy baby. And yet, on the other side of that, I grew up ranching and I saw abnormalities, with the cattle and the sheep. And I mean, that is a natural thing, it happens. And so then being put in that situation, I mean, it really did make sense when it happened to me. I'd seen this in other animals, other mammals. We are, in fact, animals. But it just caused me to think deeper than just the surface level, what I had been told and believed without processing any further than rape, incest, and danger to the mother. And so it didn't take very long, once I was thrown into this world and actually having to think through it of what if my circumstances had been different? What would I have done? How would I have felt? And then it just really changed my perspective on the entire issue because I just knew more.